Hey, what's going on, guys? This is Mage,
And this is Seti Soso.
and we will be bringing you Game 2 of a Round 1 match from the Random Heroes 2v2 tournament. In the top left corner, we have Ostone, and I'm actually going to remember to tell Soso to unpause in 2, 1, unpause. So this is team, we're going to call them Team Free For All for the most part, which features Ostone and Lightweight. And on the other side of the map, we have HLA and Xelsing. And Game 1 went to Xelsing and HLA in a very convincing manner. HLA pretty much dominated every facet of the microing, taking the early lead by killing off a bunch of Ostone's fiends, and it went downhill from there. So let's see if Ostone and Lightweight can go ahead and manage to get themselves back into the game. If they lose this, it's a best of 3, so they'll be done in the first round of the tournament. If they win it, then we'll go to Game 3 and see how they can do.
Yeah, and this is an interesting map. I'm not sure if any of the teams practice for this map. I'm very curious to see what the teams are going for and strategies on this map.
Yep.
Do you have any ideas about how you can play this out in 2-on-2?
I mean, I think you either try and do a very early push as the opponents hit tier 2. I mean, you could probably manage to pull off a Huntress and Fiend push right as Xelsing is going into tier 2, take down a couple of burrows and prevent him from getting his Bestiary and Spirit Lodge out. So that might be their best bet. It does look like they are going for pretty typical openings. It's going to be Huntress and Fiend for Ostone and Lightweight, and it will be Fiends and Grunts for Xelsing. I guess your other option is you could try to grab an expansion, but these are pretty difficult expansions to keep.
Yeah, I would agree with you in this case. Yeah, definitely. I think going for an expansion on Lightweight side might make sense. Just because it's a big map sort of for a 2v2, so it takes a while for HLA to move his army all the way over there. But I predict that we're going to see some harassment in the start of the game, and then it's going to stabilize with some creeping, and they'll clash again later.
Could be. I'm going to throw my prediction in for a tier 2 push, though. I think that
since they're both going for Fiend builds, so that kind of stops the harassment a bit.
So we do have a Panda comes out for Ostone, Blood Mage for Xelsing, a Lich for Lightweight, and a Crypt Lord for HLA, and a very interesting array of heroes again.
Yeah.
But I think the main thing to focus on
could actually do some work on this map, I think, with skeletons and beetles. Good for creeping.
Yeah, definitely. And I think that this is a good map for the Panda to get a relatively quick level 3 as well. And I think that's going to build into my theory about an early push on, because level 3 Panda can do a lot of damage to those burrows, and it would make sense for them to try and pull something like that. Xelsing having the Blood Mage also means it's not a great hero to defend one of those pushes as well. It's very easily goes down. They can focus it. As you mentioned, Crypt Lord should be pretty good hero for this map, actually, which you can't say a lot about a ton of maps.
No. But he is a good hero at creeping with skeletons. Of course, HLA was lucky to get him as undead. If it had been an orc, I wouldn't be so happy on his behalf.
True.
But in this case, it works out well for him. And Xelsing is doing a great job here, harassing at the same time helping HLA to creep. This is grunts. It's a good strategy.
We're going to pause this for 1 second. So 3, 2, 1, pause. I was just informed I did not update the scoreboard, so I'm just going to go ahead and quickly do that. Thank you very much for pointing that out. You should glitch more. And let's see. So that would be 1 game for HLA. Update. There we go. And let's go ahead and unpause in 3, 2, 1, unpause. There we go. So Ostone does have his Panda up to level 2 already. Xelsing and HLA trying to creep this, and HLA is very close to gaining level 3, should gain it at the end of this creep camp, and Xelsing really using this Blood Mage much more as a support hero, and allowing himself to kind of fall by the wayside while HLA gets himself creeped up. We do see that the Huntresses are starting to come out for lightweight, but it is only from one Ancient of War, and he is teching up as we speak. Stronghold is about halfway done, Halls of the Dead about halfway done for both of our players, with Ostone being a little bit behind here. And we are going to have our first engagement with Xelsing getting very low on that grunt. Nice breath of fire there. The Panda is going to suffer greatly, though, from the
really
Blood
crucial.
Mage. So they have discovered a good strategy for countering the Panda, which is just don't let it get anything out. But this time it is HLA that is losing the Fiend very, very quickly, as opposed to Ostone last game.
Yeah, and he's taking that mana pod with Nova, which is just crushing the army of HLA Xelsing without a contest.
Yeah, so...
really nice play.
Yep, and did not expect to see that coming right out of the gate, but it does look like so far the early advantage is going to Lightweight and Ostone. Ostone has to be very careful not to lose his Fiend, but he does get us around. Ooh, has to back it off there with the Fiend. Smart choice not to lose it, though, since it'd be tough to bring that Crypt Lord down regardless. But HLA is just moments away from finish.
Round, though.
Pardon?
Yeah, I was just saying a nice round he did there. Sad he couldn't pull it off, with, but he had to get that Fiend back, so...
And the Fiend is actually going to live.
And it looks really good for Lightweight and Ostone in this game.
They may be going for that push as well. Xelsing is at a 40 food cap right now, so if they could take down 2 of these burrows, that would be huge, but they are going to deny the Bestiary right off the bat. Xelsing only has 3 grunts at the moment, and it'll be interesting to see if Xelsing and HLA decide to TP in here, or if they are going to wait. HLA thinks he can grab an altar hero, which he cannot. He has to produce it from his altar.
Yeah. They have to TP at this point. There's no really good answer there.
Nope. And
otherwise to this army.
So they are focusing on taking down this Voodoo Lounge, which is very important so you don't allow those heroes to get back up. Panda's low. He has to be very careful that he doesn't get all of his mana drained again by this Blood Mage, because there we go. Go ahead and use that Breath of Fire there. Better to use the mana than to let it completely go to waste. And this is looking very, very good for Ostone and Lightweight right now. I'm not sure they're going to be able to finish it off and end the game right now, but they're certainly doing a lot of distraction damage. And let's look up here. Yep, we can see the lore is going up for Lightweight in the meantime, so they're going to grab a big advantage in the tech. Second Bestiary is going up now for Xelsing. If they could somehow manage to push on, they might be able to take it down, but they are going to get call out B. And Ostone is nice enough to let everybody know that they're going to retreat.
Yeah, it's a good time to retreat. Don't want to stay too long and lose
Mountain
more
King
units.
as the second hero for Xelsing is going to be very important, because this Lich is so damn slow, and Lightweight goes with a dual Lich approach here.
Dual Lich, yeah. That's, let's see how they can pull that off. Yeah. It might be okay with Dryads, actually. Again, Night Elf. Good with random heroes.
Yeah, I think that's actually...
You can just use the Liches as ranged.
No, I think that's a pretty strong one. The problem is they're not going to have any type of...
They're pretty slow.
Tanking damage.
And no healing. So.
Yeah, no healing. They're slow, and there's a Mountain King. And HLA grabs the Dreadlord as his second hero. But they're certainly going to have a ton of DPS between the Fiends, the Lich, the Panda, and the Dryads. I mean, they might almost have to play a kind of kiting style of 2v2 right now. Since if they take a fight straight on, that's going to be an issue, I think.
Yeah, it's a good thing for them that the Huntress survived, so they have 3 Huntress at least for a meat shield, because they're going for ranged units only. So I would be surprised if Lightweight didn't tech for tier 3 bears, but it seems like they're going for that push you mentioned, and I think it could work really well right now.
Yeah, we do see that the Crypt Fiend is going down very quickly, and the Panda just doing so much damage.
Just that splash.
Yep, getting it up to level 3 is great, and then we do see that the Torn Chieftain coming in, so a huge second hero for Ostone. I mean, that's just a fantastic hero. He went for Wave instead of Stomp, interestingly enough.
Force down on almost any unit.
Yep. Pretty much right now. And
you can
that is
focus
just a lot of damage.
Lich and Dryads. Yeah, that's really nice.
And so do you think HLA grabbed Impale as his second skill, or do you think he went for Armor? It looks like he went for Armor, actually, so I would have liked to see Impale.
Yeah, but he went for Beetles, actually. I think that level 2.
Yeah, Beetles Armor. I would have rather seen Beetles Impale, probably. I mean, that is a mana
Yeah.
issue for sure, but you do have the Blood Mage there to help put it back onto the Crypt Lord, and I think Impale would be great to have another stun. But we do see that Mountain King
Crypt
getting
Lord is
very,
just
very low.
basically useless versus these splash heroes.
Yep, and
as you
that
can see,
Dreadlord is going to go down there, so first Hero Blood does go to Lightweight and Ostone, and they are making a very convincing case for why there should be a Game 3 after this. HLA's Crypt Lord is getting low as well, Xelsing's Blood Mage low. The Mountain King is doing a good amount of work right now, but you can see that all the heroes for Lightweight and Ostone, except for the Lich that is retreating, are in pretty good shape right now. And Xelsing has 200 and 200. If a couple of burrows go down here, that's going to be very bad news. And the Crypt Lord is getting low as we speak. And there is a Torn Chieftain getting completely drained of mana, unfortunately. The Crypt Lord does not have any type of potion on it, can't reach the shop at the moment, so it is just staying there at the very back. Let's see if Lightweight manages to get his other Lich back here and nuke it.
Yeah, this looks like the even more dominating than game 1, actually.
Yeah, I mean, this is a very convincing reason for...
really crushing them in
Although, as we speak, Ostone about to lose his Torn Chieftain, and that does go down. But there should be another Lich coming in momentarily.
They played really well. They played really well. Ostone Lightweight in this game. I think they're warmed up here.
I mean,
definitely tell it's better than game 1.
Yep, it's not completely over yet, but there we go. Crypt Lord being forced to burn its TP, so it is going to be back in the base, and there's pretty much nothing left, and another Lich is coming in. So as long as they can continue to maintain this just really high level of pressure, I think Lightweight and Ostone will take it. We do see the staff on the Lich, actually. And let's see if the
HLA can reinforce at this point, because his units are just rallying into the Dryad's slow poison.
That is something that's not often considered here.
It just looks really bad.
Yep, and there goes the Voodoo Lounge. And yeah, that's Crypt getting very, very low, down to 180. Is almost level 4, so another unit going down would give it a little extra health at least, but we can see the overwhelming amount of Dryads.
The distance between the players on this map just makes it such a good map for rushing at tier 2, as you predicted. And yeah, there's just nothing they could do because they couldn't win the first fight and can't reinforce. Yep. So after that, they're basically fucked.
And there we go. We see the power of the dual Liches going off. So there we go. That is Game 2, ladies and gentlemen. And that means that we do get to see a Game 3 between Ostone Lightweight and HLA and Xelsing. If you're watching this on YouTube, then you should be able to see in the credits. We'll have a link to Game 3. Just go ahead and click on the note that says Game 3. If you're watching this on Twitch, then we'll go ahead and load it up momentarily. So as always, thank you so much, So.
Yeah, no problem. Pleasure doing this.
Yep.